Movie trailers can do many things. They can show you the whole plot, they can outright deceive you, or they can do what they're meant to do. And that is put bums in theatre seats. Wicked Little Letters is one of those whereby the trailer came out of nowhere, but every time I saw it in the cinema, it always guaranteed audience laughs and generally looked like a very clever premise. Based on an alleged true story, the movie works equally well as a timely allegory for online anonymous trolls, whereby instead of online abusive messages, we have handwritten letters. The story focuses on the town of Littlehampton, where an upstanding Christian woman, Edith Swan, played by the ever-so-brilliant and national treasure Olivia Coleman, receives numerous anonymous hateful letters containing some perfectly British abuse. Her cantankerous, prejudiced and overbearing father calls in the police, and it is their wild, foul-mouthed, rude Irish neighbour Rose, played by Jessie Buckley, who is blamed for the crimes. Rose is then prosecuted and then awaits trial for a crime she claims she hasn't committed. Enter woman police officer Moss, played by Anjana Thassan, who suspects that Rose is not the true culprit, especially as the letters continue to reach all people in Littlehampton, and Moss therefore sets out to find the real poison pen villain and potentially clear Rose's name. It's a clever little plot, all set in a quaint English town, with very colloquial and as British as you like language and conventions. Set in 1920s England, it does make clear a lot of the inequalities for women in this period, especially with the role of a female police officer, formerly called at all times woman police officer. But even the women of the day find female police officers a joke, so it's not just the men, it's just the times and culture. It's not particularly insightful, but it is surprising at times to understand some of the odd cultural norms back then. It's a bit wokey and postmodernist, but nothing gets funding without a dash of the old propaganda. The cast are full of familiar British actors and actresses, and no one particularly stands out from the two leads, from the father played by Timothy Spall. He is quite a wonderfully terrifying and conceited character, ensuring that Edith, his daughter, is trapped within his home forever, obeying him religiously in every sense, until most likely his final breath. The film is meant to be a comedy, and the laughs purely come from the creative cursing in the movie, to which there is a metric fuckton. And sometimes it hits, and sometimes it really doesn't. Otherwise, there isn't much that's laugh-out-loud funny in this movie. A smirk here or there at best. In fact, the best laughs outside of the unique foul language comes from Olivia Coleman's brilliant facial expressions. Her comedy skills from the now legendary TV series Peep Show come back to the forefront once more. So let's be real, Olivia Coleman is the reason to see this. She is the highlight of the movie, and without which, I'm not sure this movie succeeds in keeping your attention. And while the trailer might lead you to believe otherwise, the best jokes are, unfortunately, spoiled before you even enter the theatre. Yes, the best laughs in the movie were all in the trailer, which is a real shame and leads me back to my opening statement. Wicked Little Letters trailer gets you in the theatre, but it spoils its best moments and best lines. So if you haven't seen the trailer, don't watch it. Just watch the film blind. You will get some good laughs from it. Otherwise, you're going to be thinking, why isn't this movie as funny as that trailer? And the repeated jokes you've seen will leave you feeling a bit numb. Strangely, people still laughed at those parts at the cinema, like it was some kind of dystopian requirement handed down by Big Brother. The direction is commendable, with slick editing and visually pleasing aesthetics, especially considering the film's low budget. But the early reveal of the whodunit and the subsequent attempts to catch the antagonist fall flat, failing to maintain the audience's attention. There is nothing wrong with leaving the twist to the very end. It works 99% of the time, so stop being a fucking hipster and follow the crowd. With minimal music and long stretches of silence, the film occasionally feels meandering, leaving one to wonder if a soundtrack could have injected some much needed energy. Despite these negatives, the movie is good. It's a nice watch. It is, however, just a bit of a miss rather than a hit for a comedy. It is ever so British and quaint, and the cast performances are the real highlight. Unfortunately, it doesn't say much that's important, nor does it do much of note. It simply exists as a nice idea, executed to middling results. This is one you could gladly watch on a rainy Sunday afternoon, but not one you will ever particularly remember. A fecking shame. Please like, share, and comment on the video. See you next time.